Today we're doing a good old-fashioned book haul and highlighting some really awesome indie authors that I've seen here on BookTube. Welcome back to Mostly Vanity. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Mostly Vanity. My name's Kennedy, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. This is my show where I talk about books and story and whatever else I want to talk about because, well, it's mostly vanity. Thank you so much for joining me. This is kind of just a classic BookTube video. I'm just picking up some cool books, and, recently I've been in a bit of a reading slump, and the best thing to do for a reading slump is to buy more books, right? That's the solution to everything. No, but honestly, it kind of has been a great solution because I've been really excited to read a lot of these books. And so there's a couple reasons why I wanted to buy a lot of these books. One, some of these books have been on my mind a lot. About books I've really wanted to start or series I've wanted to start, which, again, a series is a big thing for me. It's a big dedication. I really want to finish every series I start for the most part. If I don't, that's fine. But, I really want to give series a shot, especially if I've heard really great things about them. But also, I'm here on BookTube. There's a lot of really great authors. I'm probably going to eventually be an indie author. I don't know. We'll see where all that goes. I do my weekly writing syncs every week on this channel, so go check that out. But I don't know. There's a lot of really great indie authors, and a lot of them I really want to dive into. And I'm going to mention a lot of them. I'm going to mention the books I have that are indie authors, as well as a couple books that I want to pick up, but I just haven't done so yet. I don't want to leave those people out. So like I said, there's going to kind of be two categories here. I'm going to start with all the indie books, talk about those, talk about the ones I also want to get that I haven't gotten yet. And then talk about the other books that I ended up picking up. So, a lot of you guys know me from Talking Story. So the first one is pretty obvious. It's Discovery Strange Eons, Book 1, the hardcover edition. And, oh my lord, this is a gorgeous book, by the way. Like look at that. That's just so, it's so cool, man. On the last Town Square that they did on Talking Story, I kind of got roasted because I mentioned I was reading Discovery in the middle of my reading slump, and I guess I just wasn't thinking about what I was saying, and I kept saying a bunch of things that were not super, it was some good parts. Well, somebody made a comment. I think it was Brad from the Bradycombs. He was like, Discovery, some good parts. And, it's a very different read from me because it's a very different kind of book that I would normally pick up. It's probably something I wouldn't originally pick for myself, but I'm also experiencing it very differently from a lot of other books I've been reading. Most of the time when a book captures me, it captures me because of the characters or the arc or what's happening. That's kind of all the things, but I really have to a lot of times join into a character, into an arc. And this is less so about that, although I am intrigued in the story. It's more so scientific than it is a piece of entertainment for me. It's very interesting how the story's unfolding and how it's seeing things through all these different people's eyes from different backgrounds, different parts of the world, which for me, it's a little bit harder to connect to some of those characters because I really can't relate to them in many ways at all. And so for me, it's a little bit difficult. But honestly, it's such a uniquely written story. The way it's written in the 5 acts, and then they've got the pieces from Oliver Doss, these diary sort of entries in between each act. It's really interesting so far. I'm over halfway done with it. I need to pick it back up. But yeah, just a beautiful book, by the way. So beautiful. And I think it's definitely going to be a book I enjoy. It's just, again, it's not generally in my wheelhouse. I'm I'm pretty hardcore fantasy, honestly. Like I like some sci-fi, but I thought I would be really into sci-fi, but I'm leaning a lot towards fantasy recently, so that's interesting. Speaking of fantasy, I have a Kickstarter that I backed from somebody I've seen on Talking Story, and that is Kai Esso's Shazwick of Land, Time Because Relevant, which is the first book in her trilogy. This is a gorgeous book, by the way. Comes with this bookmark, which is just really cool looking. It's got a little Shazwick of Land sticker. And then she signed it and everything. And I mean, it was really cheap for a Kickstarter. Like it was like buying a normal book at a bookstore, you know. And some of these chapter headers, dude, just look at this. You see that? Like the detail. There's so much detail in this book, and it's very different. It's a Chinese fantasy, Xingxie, I believe. God, don't butcher me for that. Xingxie. I've heard her pronounce it in her videos. Immortal fantasy, Chinese immortal fantasy, which is very interesting. I'm very interested in trying that. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I know when I get to it, I'm probably going to be sucked in. I did read the first couple chapters that she gave out for free, like on ebooks, which I don't normally like reading, but I read it and I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. So I'm looking forward to going to that. Also, I'm going to try to link all of those authors down in the description, especially the indie authors. So go check them out. If you're interested, they'll probably be Amazon links or their website links or whatever I end up finding. I think most of these people have a website, so I'll probably do that. And the last book I bought that was indie is another person I met on the Talking Story Discord. And I was looking through, like I really wanted to get some more indie books. And I was looking through and I was kind of like downloading some on Kindle, like the demos. And I started reading one of these and I was like first page, I was like, okay, I'm in. And that was Rise of the Automated Empire, the first book by Dennis M. Myers, Final Assembly. I believe there's 4 books in this series. I don't know if it's finished or not, but he's got some pretty cool covers. But yeah, I really wanted to pick this up. Like the first page just kind of captured me. It was very, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it was really, I was really drawn to it. And so I have a feeling that one I'm probably going to pick up fairly soon. Again, I'm in the middle of like 2 books right now, so we'll see where the wind takes me. So that's all the indie books I have. There's 2 others that I wanted to mention that I do want to eventually pick up, but I don't feel like I'm in the mood for them yet, so I'm like holding off. Also, I want to buy them physically, and so I'm just also balancing my book budget. First off is my friend Sebastian Weiss. He has a couple different books. I'm probably going to try his book Driver first. I'll probably put a picture of it up here somewhere, unless I'm lazy. We'll see. But his books are very interesting. I've taken some of the demos as well on Kindle and tried to look at them, and they're also smaller books. They're novellas, and so that really interests me. But it's also like it's a lot of like kind of dark, like gritty, and I feel like I have to be really in a mood for that sort of read. And so once I'm in that mood, I'm snatching that book up. I'll probably eventually pick it up anyway, just for when I am ready. But I haven't gotten it yet. So looking forward to trying some of my friend Sebastian's books. Last but not least, is somebody I've seen a lot on YouTube, and that's Chance Dillon. I want to try his books, Mercy, Tears of the Fallen, his series. I read some of the beginning parts of it. It did seem interesting. But I don't think I'm in the mood for it yet. But once I am, I'm the same thing with Sebastian. I'm probably going to pick it up. I don't know if his books are like dark fantasy. I don't really know. But I really want to try him because I've seen him write on YouTube and his weekly writing updates. And oh my God, that dude writes so much. He writes like 7,000 words a week, like 1,000 words a day. That's insane. I don't see how you do that and then have a full-time job. I don't know if he might be doing this full-time by now. I don't know. I don't have any idea, but I really want to try his books. I've heard really great things. So, all right. So here's two of the other books that I picked up at various places. One of them I don't have with me right now, but it's a pretty generic book. It is Sudoku. So I really like Sudoku. And I like doing them physically. And I've been looking for like a Sudoku spiral notebook so I can do them that way. And I found one finally. And it was like right at the front of the Barnes & Noble. I was like, looks like I am buying something today. And I picked it up. So it was like $8. So that was fun. Okay, so I've got some other books here that I've had my eyes on for a while. And I'm going to go through them. Oh, we're going to start with this one. This one is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. It's like a sci-fi book that it's hard to explain. I'm trying to remember what this book is about. It's these expedition of these scientists that are going into this like contaminated area, and they're trying to like study it and clean it up and map it and everything. Is what it looks like. But it's a very short book, and I like short books. How long is this book? It's like less than 200 pages. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the other books in the series I know get longer. I don't know. Something about this book has always been like the cover is just so weird. I don't know if you can see that well. All his covers are weird, and I'm just drawn to them. I don't know why. So I picked that up along with my Sudoku book. Second thing I picked up, which is something I have heard so much about the series, and I really want to start it. But I know it's going to be a lot. And so it's probably not the right time now, but I've had an inkling that I want to pick it up. And so I purchased Stephen Erickson's Gardens of the Moon, the first book of the Malazan Book of the Fallen. This world is humongous, and it's legendary as being really expansive, and so I'm really interested in trying it. But yeah, I read the first couple pages, and I'm like, I'm gonna get so sucked into this, man. And I love Stormlight, and I know it's gonna be kind of like that, but like way bigger, and it's hard for me to imagine that. So, yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it. And last book I have here for you to see is a book I've had my eye on, and then I'll like see it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pick it up. It's whatever. And then I finally picked it up the other day, and I was reading through it, and I was like, I've just had my eye on this book. I'm gonna pick it up, and that is The Silver Blood Promise: The Last Legacy, Book 1, by covering his name there, James Logan. I don't know what it is about this book, man. I don't know if it's the cover or what, but there's just something about it that every time I see it on the shelf, I pick it up. And so I don't know what's drawing me to it, but I'm gonna read it eventually. Again, I have a whole bunch of books over here I need to read too, so that's the only thing. It's like I'm always gonna have too many books. There's always gonna be some books that I have unread. But that's my book haul, my fun little stack here. And that's all the books I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking the time watching these videos. Check out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday I put these out. Most time it's about books, story, book reviews, book hauls. But I also talk about video games, other stuff I'm interested in. And then I also have my weekly writing syncs on Monday. So go check those out. Thank you again for joining me. And I'll see you guys next time.